Hey guys, today I've got a really cool trick to show you. It's actually a poker trick, but it only uses 10 cards, so it's something you can really have fun with. Let's take a look at the performance. Okay, so we're going to have a game of poker with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Going to deal them out, so we each get a hand each, and the trick is that I always win. Look, we deal them out, so 5 cards each. And if we take a look, you just got, let's see, you got 2 pairs, and if we take a look at my cards, I got 3 of a kind, so I won that hand. But we'll give you another go. Might have just been luck. Give the cards a shuffle, and give them a few cuts as well. And then this time we'll actually let you choose some of the cards. So what have we got there? We've got an ace. You probably want that, it's quite a high card. And then we've got a 5, you'll give me that one. Another 5, you'll take that. Got another 5, you'll take that. Got a 10, you want me to have that one? And the other cards, we'll just just deal them out face down. So I'll have that one, you can have that one, and so on. So now we've each got 5 cards again. Take a look at the cards. You've just got a pair of 5s, and I have, what have I got? I've got 2 pairs. Again, I won. We'll do it one more time. Just give the cards a real mix up here so no one knows which cards are which. And then actually we'll just pick the cards face down like this. So let's see, I'll take this one right here, you'll take that one. I'll take this one, you'll take that one. I'll take this one, you take that one. I'll take this one, you take that one. I'll take this one, and you take that one. So really randomised selection of cards, but if we take a look, you actually got, so you got a pair of jacks that time, whereas I got 2 pairs, pair of 5s and a pair of 10s. Like I said, I always win. So that's what we're going to be learning today. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we get started, we actually need to take a look at the cards we're using because the cards are important. So you can see I've got 3 10s, 3 jacks, 3 5s, and then 1 ace. Now this is probably sort of the cards you want to have. You don't have to have exactly the same cards. What you actually need is 3 of a kinds and 1 random card. So in this case I've got my random card as an ace, which is, I would advise having it as a high card, so an ace, a king or a queen, something like that, because it's going to help later on in the effect, you'll see why. But the other three of a kinds, I like to vary them, so I've got one sort of high 3 of a kind with the jacks, another quite high 3 of a kind but not extremely high with the 10s, and I've got a lower 3 of a kind with the 5s here. So those are the cards that I would go with, something along these lines. And then once you've got all these cards, you just want to set your 3 of a kinds off to the side while you make a slight alteration to the other card, the other random card, so this ace in this case, because what you're actually going to do, you're going to mark this card. Okay, so you're going to need to mark this card, so I'm just going to do it with a red Sharpie here. If you've got blue cards, then a blue Sharpie might work, but if you don't want to ruin your cards, you can even do it with sort of like a pencil or something like that. But it won't matter really, if you're worried about ruining your cards, it's not actually going to ruin it because the marking we're going to make is going to be so small that only you'll notice it. Okay? And if you're wondering why we've got to mark this card, it's going to be important later on for us to know where the card is, even when all the cards are face down. So we'll get to that in a second, but first we're going to mark the card. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do that. So you can see on bicycle cards, you've got these little flowers in each of the corners here. So there's one and there's one. And the centre bit of the flower, I'm actually just going to dot out with my Sharpie. Okay, so just like that, I'm going to colour in the centre of that flower there. Hopefully you can see I've coloured in right there, so there's no centre to that flower anymore like there is on this one. And then you need to also remember to do it in the other corner, because of course you don't know which way the card is going to be facing when it's face down. So I'm just going to do it in both top left corners. Okay, just colour that one in like that, and just like that I am ready to go. That's my markings done. So like I said, it's not actually very noticeable at all. Spectators will not notice that you've done that. Okay, so to start the effect, you want to have your marked card on the bottom of the packet. So I've got my marked random card on the bottom, and the other 9 cards are randomly mixed up above it. And then I'm going to turn this packet face down into my hand. So I've got that random card nearest the bottom. Just like that, I'm ready to begin. So you explain to your spectator, we've got 10 cards, we're going to have a little game of poker, 5 cards each, and the best hand wins. So it's really easy that for them to follow, and you can get straight into it. So this is how the first stage works. The sort of principle behind this entire effect is that the person who gets the ace or the random card, the person who gets the random card will always lose. Okay, no matter what cards come up, the person who gets the ace will always lose. So your job as the performer is just to make sure that the spectator gets the ace every time. So in this first case it's really easy because you're going to deal out the card yourself. So with the ace on the bottom, we know that we've got 10 cards, which is an even number. So if you deal out this first card to yourself, which is not the ace, if you deal out this first random card here to yourself, the last card in the packet, which is the ace, the poison card, the last card will go to the spectator. Okay, so in this first stage with the ace on the bottom, you're just going to make sure you deal the first card to yourself, and then you alternate. So one to me, then to them, to me, to them, to me, to them, and you just keep dealing like this. And oh look, they got the poison card. Just like that, you've won this hand already, and you know that. But what you can do is you can let some suspense build up, and you can let them take a look at their cards. So if we let them take a look, they can see that they have got a pair, which they might feel a bit confident about what they've got now. But then I can just reveal that I've actually beaten them because I've got a pair of jacks and a pair of fives. So you can see that's how the effect works. The person with the ace always loses. So that's the first stage of the effect, which is probably the least effective stage because you deal the cards that time. But it's going to build up because in the second stage you actually let the spectator pick some of the cards themselves. So let's get into the second stage. Okay, so let's get into the second stage of the effect. You've just done the first stage, and so you've got your 2 hands on the table, and you're going to pick them up and you can shuffle up the cards a bit. The only thing you want to do is make sure that this ace, or the random card, the poison card, remains on top. Because what you're going to do is, once you've shuffled up the cards and you've got your ace on top, you say, okay, this time we're going to let you choose some of the cards. So, do you want this ace? So this is why I said that when you're picking your one random card, when you're setting up the effect, you want your one random card to be the highest card that you have. So in this case I picked an ace because if you ask most people do they want an ace in poker, they will say yes because it's the highest card you can get, and everyone loves aces. So the chances are that the spectator will say yes when offered an ace. So assuming they say yes, we give that ace to them, and just like that we've already won the hand. But they don't know that yet, so we can still make a better effect out of it because we can build up the suspense by saying, do you want this jack as well? So we can go through a few more cards and ask them if they want them, which makes it look even fairer. So if we offer them a jack again, it's quite a high card, so they'll probably say yes. And then the third one down is a 5. And this is also why I said that one of the three of a kinds should be lower than the others. So you can see with this 5 here, the spectator will think, oh, that's quite a low card. I'll let them have that because I want them to lose. So the spectator will probably let you have the lower card, which is the 5, but we know that doesn't matter because we've already won as they've got the ace. So we take the 5, and then the next card that comes up, we can show them that. Oh, and that's a 10. So they say, you can take that one too. So you just let them decide for the first 4 cards or so. You can let them decide for the 5th if you like. So that was a jack, so they'll take that because they know they've already got a jack. And just like that, they've got a pair of jacks. But I wouldn't let them pick more than 4 or 5 cards themselves, because if you do it for all the cards, it sort of becomes obvious who's going to win, because they can keep track of which cards are where. And also they'll learn which cards are in your hand, which you don't want them to do, because you don't really want them to realise that there's only one ace in the packet. So I'd only let them choose the first 4 or 5 cards, and then you can say, so do you want this card right here, and just don't show them the face. So we'll also show them the back of this card, and they might give that to me, this one to me, that one to them, and then deal out the rest of the cards like that. So you just do that, you let them pick the first 4 or 5 and then randomise the others, and then you can let them look at the hand again. So they've actually got 3 of a kind this time, which is very good. So they're probably feeling really good about their chances at this point, but then you can crush their hopes by revealing that you've actually got a full house. So no matter how good their hand is, you always win if they get the ace. So that was the second stage. Okay, so now it comes to the third stage of the effect, which is the climax of the effect. So for this stage, you just collect up the cards after the second stage and you give them to the spectator, and you say shuffle the cards up. So they can shuffle the cards all they like, it doesn't matter what order they're in, and you don't need to know where the ace is at all, because this is the stage when you're going to use like the markings on the back of that ace to help you. So once the spectators mixed up the cards, you're just going to spread them out like so. Spread them out, and then you say, okay, we're just going to pick them face down like this. And the trick is, you were going to pick first, because right from here, I can tell that the ace is over here, just by looking at the back and seeing that the flower on both edges is coloured in. So that's the ace. So as long as you pick first and you don't pick this card right here, you're always going to win. So I'm going to pick this one, the spectator will pick this one, I pick this one, and so on. So just keep picking cards that are not that ace. And sure enough, no matter what cards the spectator picks, if you pick first and you don't pick this ace, the spectator will be left with it. And that means that when you take a look at the cards this time, the spectator got a pair of jacks, and you beat them with your 2 pairs of 10s and 5s. So just like that, the person who gets the ace will always lose. Okay guys, so that's going to be it for this trick. It's a really fun effect, so you can go and try it out. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, favourite, comment and subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date with what's going on my channel, make sure to check out my Instagram and my Twitter. The links will be down in the description below. As always guys, this has been Complete Deception, and I'll see you later.